Day 14. The Way to the New Song. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined to me and heard my cry. He has put a new song in my mouth, even praise to our God. Psalm 41-3. True patience is so foreign to our self-confident nature, yet it is so indispensable in our waiting on God. It is such an essential element of true faith that we will once again meditate on what the Word can teach us. The word patience is derived from the Latin word for suffering. It suggests the state of being under the constraint of some power from which we would like to be free. At first, we may submit against our will. Experience teaches us that when it is useless to resist, patient endurance is our wisest course. In waiting on God, it is of infinite consequence that we submit not only because we are compelled to, but because we are lovingly and joyfully consent to remain in the hands of our blessed Father. Patience then becomes our highest blessedness and our highest grace. Patience honors God and gives him time to work in us. It is the highest expression of our faith in his goodness and faithfulness. It brings the soul perfect rest in the assurance that God is carrying on his work. It is the mark of our agreement that God may deal with us in such a way and time as he thinks best. True patience is the losing of our will in his perfect will. Such patience is needed to reap the full benefits of waiting on God, and it is the fruit of our first lesson in the school of waiting. To many it will seem strange just how difficult it is truly to wait on God. The great stillness of soul that sinks into its own helplessness and waits for God to reveal himself, the deep humility that hesitates to do anything in its own will or own strength except as God works to will and to do, the meekness that is content to be and to know nothing except as God gives his light, the entire resignation of the will that only wants to be a vessel through which the Holy Spirit can move and flow. All these elements of perfect patience do not appear at once, but they will come into maturity as the soul maintains its position and continues to say, "Truly my soul silently waits for God. From him comes my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation." Have you ever noticed that patience is a grace for which help is given? Paul wrote that the saint is strengthened with all might, according to his glorious power. And for what? For all patience and long-suffering with joy. Colossians 1:11. Yes, we need to be strengthened with all God's might, with the full measure of his glorious power. If we are to wait on God with perfect patience, as God reveals himself to us as our life and strength, we are enabled with perfect patience to leave all in his hands. If you are inclined to despair because you don't have such patience, take heart. It is during the course of our feeble and perfect waiting that God, by his hidden power, strengthens us and nurtures in us the patience of the saints, the patience of Christ himself. Listen to the voice of one in deep distress. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined to me, and heard my cry. Hear what he passed through. He also brought me up out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay. He has set my feet upon a rock and established my steps. He has put a new song in my mouth, praise to our God. Psalm 42-3. Patient waiting on God brings a rich reward. The deliverance is sure. God himself will put a new song into your mouth. O believer, don't grow impatient, whether it be in the exercise of prayer and worship that you find it difficult to wait, or in the delayed answer to the specific request, or in your heart's desire for a deeper revelation of God himself. Do not fear, but rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. And whenever you feel that patience is not your gift, remind yourself that it is God's gift, and then claim this prayer. Now may the Lord direct your hearts into the love of God and into the patience of Christ. 2 Thessalonians 3:5. The Lord himself will guide you into the patience which you are to wait on him. My soul, wait only on God.